Hello folks and welcome back to Eerie Storytime. Many of you voiced appreciation for the recap video of the Halloween 2024 event, Ask and You Shall Receive. So today we present to you a recap of our Christmas 2024 event videos.
Real quick, we'd like to take just a moment to thank everyone for all of the support for our channel as we turn the page on the new year. So again, thank you. And now, let's get back to the reason you stopped by today. All videos from the event will be shown in full and in the same order they were released. The Tale of the First Carolers is a cheerful story that explains the origins of the Christmas tradition of caroling. According to the tale, the custom began on a snowy night in a small village when a group of shepherds, inspired by the angel's song announcing the birth of Christ, decided to share the joyful news through music. They walked from house to house, singing hymns of celebration and spreading warmth and cheer to their neighbors. As the tradition grew, villagers began singing together not only to celebrate the holiday, but also to bring comfort and joy to those who were lonely or in need. The songs evolved from hymns to include festive tunes about the season, creating a rich tapestry of melodies that brought communities together. The Tale of the First Carolers highlights themes of joy, togetherness, and the power of music to uplift the spirit. It provides a heartwarming explanation for the enduring custom of caroling, celebrating the magic of sharing music and goodwill during the Christmas season.
Hello folks and welcome back to Eerie Storytime. Today we take another peek into the wintry shadows of holiday legends. On a quiet winter's night, ghostly voices ring out in song. There is a knock on your door, but when the door is opened, no one is there, and the singing abruptly stops. Are they lost souls, holiday spirits, or something more sinister? Let's dive into the haunting tale of the Phantom Carolers. The first snowfall of winter. A hush falls. Darkness descends early. The world transforms into a silent white wonderland, where every sound is muffled by the thick blanket of snow. The air is crisp, and the night sky is a deep velvety black, dotted with twinkling stars. It's a time of stillness, a time when the world seems to hold its breath. This is the time they come, the Phantom Carolers. These spectral figures emerge from the shadows, their presence felt more than seen. They glide silently through the snow, their forms barely distinguishable in the dim light. Their arrival is heralded by an eerie stillness, a sense of anticipation that hangs in the air. A whisper of spectral voices carried on the wind. These voices are soft, almost imperceptible, yet they carry a haunting melody that sends chills down the spine. The wind seems to carry their sorrowful songs, weaving them into the fabric of the night. It's a sound that is both beautiful and terrifying, a reminder of the thin veil between the living and the dead. The legend chills hearts, a chilling reminder of unfinished business, of souls lost and seeking solace. These are not just stories told to scare children, they are tales rooted in the collective memory of the town. These are not the joyful carols of Christmas Eve. Instead, they are songs of lament, filled with a deep, aching sorrow. The notes hang heavy in the air, resonating with the pain and longing of the spirits who sing them. It's a stark contrast to the festive cheer that usually accompanies the season, a reminder that not all stories have happy endings. These are mournful melodies, ancient and haunting, echoing with a sorrow that chills to the bone. The music is timeless, its origins lost to history, yet its power remains undiminished. Each note is a cry for help, a plea for understanding, a testament to the enduring nature of grief and loss. Who are these ethereal singers? Why do they appear? Some say they are the souls of those who died tragically, their spirits unable to find peace. Others believe they are messengers, sent to warn the living of impending danger. Some believe they are the spirits of a traveling choir lost in a blizzard, their songs forever frozen in time. This tale speaks of a group of singers who set out on a cold winter's night, only to be caught in a sudden fierce storm. Their voices, once filled with joy and hope, now echo with the despair of their final moments. Others whisper of a heartbroken lover, searching for his lost love through eternity. This story tells of a man who lost his beloved in a tragic accident, his grief so profound that it bound his spirit to the earth. He wanders the snowy landscape, his mournful song a testament to his undying love and unending sorrow. Whatever their origins, one thing is certain, theirs is a tale that continues to send shivers down spines on cold winter nights. Many witnesses describe a spectral choir, figures swathed in dark cloaks, faces obscured by the falling snow or the hoods they wear. Some accounts speak of lanterns held in gloved hands, casting an eerie glow upon the snow. Others tell of instruments, violins and lutes. Their music is cold and mournful as the grave. They appear on the darkest nights when the wind howls and snow falls thick. Sometimes they appear on lonely roads, their voices a siren song in the white silence. In many reports they materialize outside of family homes, their carols a chilling message from beyond the veil. The encounters are brief, fleeting glimpses into the spectral realm. The phantom carolers never speak, never interact. They simply appear, sing their mournful songs, and then vanish as quickly as they came, leaving behind only a sense of unease and the lingering echo of their otherworldly music. Like all legends passed down through generations, the tale of the phantom carolers has taken on many forms. Each retelling adds a new layer of mystery and intrigue, making the story richer and more complex with every passing year. In some versions the carolers are harbingers of misfortune, their appearance a warning of impending doom. These spectral singers are said to appear just before a great tragedy, their haunting melodies echoing through the night as a grim prelude to disaster. In others they are benevolent spirits, offering comfort to those who have lost loved ones during the holiday season. These versions paint the carolers as gentle, compassionate beings who bring solace and a sense of peace to grieving families. Their songs a reminder that love transcends even death. One particularly chilling version speaks of a village struck by a terrible plague. The disease ravaged the community, leaving behind a trail of sorrow and despair. The carolers, it is said, are the spirits of those who perished, forever singing their sorrows on the winter wind. These spectral figures are believed to wander the snowy landscape, their mournful tunes carried by the icy breeze. Their presence serves as a somber reminder of the lives lost and the enduring pain of those left behind. Another tale tells of a young woman who made a pact with a dark force to save her ailing child, only to be betrayed and left to wander the earth as a phantom caroler herself. Her story is one of desperation and heartbreak, a cautionary tale about the dangers of making deals with malevolent entities. These variations, while different in detail, share a common thread: the themes of loss, regret, and the enduring power of the human spirit even in death. Each version of the tale highlights the resilience of those who have suffered, and the ways in which they continue to impact the living. The phantom carolers, regardless of their specific origin story, serve as a potent reminder of the fragility of life and the mysteries that lie beyond the grave. Their haunting presence in these tales underscores the thin veil between the living and the dead, and the enduring connections that bind us all, even in the face of death's finality. The legend of the phantom carolers has woven itself into the fabric of our collective consciousness, becoming a haunting melody that echoes through the corridors of time. The legend has sparked countless campfire stories, urban legends, and local folklore, each retelling adding its own twist to the eerie tale, a story told to frighten and fascinate children and adults alike, capturing their imaginations and sending shivers down their spines. The imagery of the ghostly choir has become synonymous with the darker side of the holiday season, a spectral reminder that not all spirits are filled with Christmas cheer. These phantoms, draped in Victorian garb, serve as a chilling counterpoint to the festive lights and joyous carols, a reminder that the holiday season holds its own shadows. It has inspired ghost hunts and paranormal investigations, as people seek to uncover the truth behind the legend. The enduring power of the legend lies in its ability to tap into our primal fears of the unknown, the darkness, and the thin veil that separates our world from the next. It is this thin veil that the phantom carolers are said to traverse, their ethereal songs a bridge between the living and the dead. Beyond mere entertainment, the legend serves as a cultural touchstone, prompting reflection on themes of mortality, the afterlife, and the stories we pass down through generations. It encourages us to ponder the mysteries of what lies beyond, and to consider the legacy we leave behind. The legend also underscores the importance of cherishing loved ones, reminding us that the bonds we share are precious and fleeting. It is a stark reminder that life is finite, like the sands in an hourglass, and that we must make the most of the time we have. For just as the phantom carolers can appear without warning, so too can the end of our own stories come calling at any time, urging us to live fully and love deeply while we can. So what did you think about the legend of the phantom carolers? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks for joining me on another peek into the wintry shadows. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Until next time.
What if I told you a humble weed once saved Christmas? Let's unwrap the beautiful tale of the Poinsettia. Meet Pepita, a young girl in Mexico who had no gift to offer at the Christmas Eve service. Saddened, Pepita confided in her cousin who said, "Even the smallest gift, given with love, is priceless." Inspired, Pepita gathered wild weeds from the roadside. With a heart full of love, she placed them at the altar. And then, a miracle. The weeds bloomed into vibrant red flowers, the poinsettias we cherish today. The townspeople were in awe. These flowers came to symbolize pure love and the true spirit of giving. The poinsettia's transformation reminds us that even simple acts of kindness can lead to miracles. So next time you see a poinsettia, remember Pepita's heartfelt gift. It's a beautiful reminder that what matters most is the love behind a gift.
Hello folks and welcome back to Eerie Storytime. Today we'll travel to the Welsh countryside to delve into the wintry shadows at a strange ritual. With a skeletal horse's head and a tradition steeped in mystery, the Lwyd roams Welsh villages during the darkest days of winter. Is it a festive guest or a spectral intruder? Let's explore the fascinating and eerie tale of this unique Yuletide legend. The long nights of winter have always been a time for stories, a time when the world outside is cloaked in darkness and the warmth of the hearth beckons us closer. They are a time for gathering close, for sharing not just warmth, but the rich tapestry of tales that have been passed down through generations. These are tales of the strange and the wonderful, stories that spark the imagination and bring a sense of wonder to the long, cold nights. In Wales, one such tale comes to life as the air grows crisp and the year begins to wane. A tale that is as eerie as it is enchanting. This is the story of the Lwyd, a tradition that blends the macabre with the magical, creating a spectacle that is both haunting and heartwarming. Imagine a horse's skull, bleached white by time and adorned with ribbons and bells, a relic of the past brought to life in the present. Now picture this skull carried from door to door, its jaw snapping, its presence heralded by the rhythmic beat of hooves against the frozen ground, a ghostly figure moving through the night. This, my friends, is the Lwyd, a tradition that has been kept alive through the ages, a living piece of Welsh folklore. The Lwyd is not merely a spectacle, it is a celebration of the past and a connection to the present. It is a living, breathing piece of Welsh folklore, a tradition that brings communities together in a shared experience of wonder and delight. At its heart lies the Piwanko, a battle of wits fought entirely in rhyme, a verbal duel that is as entertaining as it is challenging. One group, the Lwyd's handlers, challenged those within the house to a battle of words, a contest that tests both creativity and quick thinking. Insults fly, witticisms are exchanged, and laughter spills out into the night, creating a sense of camaraderie and joy. This ritualistic exchange, full of playful barbs and clever retorts, speaks to a deeper connection between the natural and supernatural worlds, a reminder of the thin veil that separates the two. It's a reminder that even in the darkest months there's always room for a bit of mischief and merriment, a spark of light in the midst of winter's gloom. The Lwyd tradition is not for the faint of heart, it is a celebration that embraces the strange and the unsettling. It's a celebration of the undeniably magical, a tradition that captures the imagination and stirs the soul. But beneath its macabre exterior lies a heart of pure joy, a celebration of community and the enduring power of storytelling, a tradition that brings people together in a shared experience of wonder and delight. So, as the nights grow longer and the first frost kisses the ground, remember the tale of the Lwyd, a story that is as enchanting as it is eerie. It's a reminder that sometimes the most enchanting stories are also the most eerie, a testament to the enduring power of folklore and the magic of the winter season. To truly understand the Lwyd, one must first understand its parts. This ancient Welsh tradition is steeped in history and folklore, a fascinating blend of the eerie and the festive. The most striking element, of course, is the horse's skull. This macabre centerpiece is what gives the Lwyd its ghostly visage. Stripped of flesh and bleached white, the skull takes on an otherworldly quality. It is as if the spirit of the horse has returned from the beyond to join the living in their winter celebrations. It becomes a blank canvas upon which tradition paints its story. Each skull is unique, often adorned with intricate designs that reflect the local culture and artistic flair. The skull is typically mounted on a pole, allowing it to be carried aloft by a hidden operator. This setup not only adds to the mystique, but also makes the Mari Lwyd a mobile entity, able to move through the streets and homes. This creates the illusion that the horse's head is moving independently, adding to the otherworldly effect. The hidden operator skillfully maneuvers the skull, making it seem almost alive. But the skull is only the beginning. The entire ensemble is a carefully crafted spectacle. Draped over the skull and the pole is a white sheet, often decorated with colorful ribbons and bells. This sheet not only conceals the operator but also adds to the ghostly appearance of the Mari Lwyd. These ribbons dance and shimmer as the Mari Lwyd moves like streamers of ectoplasm trailing in its wake. The vibrant colors contrast with the stark white of the sheet, creating a mesmerizing visual effect. The bells jingle merrily, their sound both festive and faintly unsettling. This auditory element adds another layer to the experience, making the Mari Lwyd's presence impossible to ignore. They announce the Mari Lwyd's arrival, a warning and an invitation all in one. The sound of the bells signals that the Mari Lwyd is near, ready to bring its unique blend of joy and fright. The Mari Lwyd's appearance is meant to both frighten and delight. It is a spectacle that evokes a range of emotions, from awe to amusement. It's a reminder of the thin veil that separates the world of the living from the realm of the dead. This ancient tradition serves as a bridge between the two worlds, a moment when the past and present collide, but it is also a symbol of good luck and prosperity for the coming year. The Mari Lwyd is believed to bring blessings to those it visits, ensuring a bountiful and fortunate year ahead. The Mari Lwyd's arrival is not to be feared, but rather embraced. It is a cherished part of Welsh heritage, a celebration of life, death, and everything in between. Like many folk traditions, the Mari Lwyd's origins are shrouded in mystery, wrapped in the mists of time and the whispers of ancient tales. There are no written records detailing its exact beginnings, leaving us to piece together its history from fragments of folklore and whispered tales passed down through generations. These stories, often shared around hearths on cold winter nights, paint a picture of a tradition deeply rooted in the Welsh psyche. The earliest written accounts of the Mari Lwyd date back to the 19th century, a time when many folk traditions were being documented for the first time. These accounts, often found in local newspapers and journals, describe the tradition in vivid detail, suggesting that it was already well established in Welsh culture by this time. The descriptions often include the eerie sight of the horse's skull, adorned with ribbons and bells, carried by a person hidden under a white sheet. One theory links the Mari Lwyd to ancient Celtic mythology and the worship of horses, which were revered in many ancient cultures. Horses played a significant role in Celtic society, representing strength, fertility, and the passage into the afterlife. They were seen as powerful creatures that could traverse the boundaries between the mortal world and the spiritual realm. It is possible that the Mari Lwyd evolved from these earlier beliefs, with the horse's skull serving as a symbolic link between the mortal and spirit worlds. The use of the skull could be seen as a way to invoke the protection and guidance of these powerful animals. Another theory suggests that the Mari Lwyd may have its roots in medieval mumming traditions, where masked performers would travel from house to house, enacting plays and engaging in ritualistic exchanges. These performances often included elements of humor, music, and dance, creating a festive atmosphere. Regardless of its origins, the Mari Lwyd has clearly captured the imaginations of the Welsh people for centuries. It is a tradition that has endured through the ages, adapting and evolving while retaining its core essence. It has become an integral part of their cultural identity, a symbol of their rich folklore, and their enduring connection to the land and its ancient traditions. The Mari Lwyd continues to be celebrated today, a testament to the resilience and vibrancy of Welsh culture. And that is a wrap. What are your thoughts on the Mari Lwyd? It's certainly an interesting blend of eerie and playfulness. Can you imagine a knock on the door, and you open it to see the horse skull? I don't think many of us would think they were there for a rhyming contest and overall cheerful festivities. Leave me your thoughts down in the comments. Thank you for joining me on today's journey. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Until next time.
The Tale of the Christmas Tree is a heartwarming legend that explains the origins of the tradition of decorating Christmas trees. According to one version of the tale, a kind and humble woodsman was walking through a snowy forest on Christmas Eve when he noticed the beauty of the evergreen trees. their branches shimmering with frost under the moonlight. Inspired by their splendor, he cut down a small tree to bring into his home, sharing its beauty with his family as they celebrated the Holy Night. In another version, the tradition is linked to Saint Boniface, who, according to legend, used the triangular shape of the evergreen tree to teach the Christian concept of the Holy Trinity. Over time, the tree became a symbol of faith, life, and hope during the winter season. As the tradition spread, families began decorating their trees with candles, apples, and later ornaments to symbolize light, joy, and the gifts of the holiday season. The tale of the Christmas tree highlights themes of wonder, togetherness, and the celebration of life's blessings during Christmas time, offering a magical explanation for this cherished holiday tradition.
Hello folks, welcome back to Eerie Storytime. Today we peer into the shadows surrounding a festive Christmas icon. Imagine bringing home the perfect Christmas tree, only to discover it carries a dark curse. The legend of the haunted Christmas tree tells of a family's festive joy turning into a holiday nightmare. Let's dive into the story behind this cursed evergreen. The holidays, a time for joy, a time for family, but beware the shadows. A darkness lurks. It waits. This is the legend of the haunted Christmas tree. A tale whispered around fireplaces, passed down through generations. It's a story of holiday cheer, twisted by ancient evil. Imagine a Christmas tree. But not just any tree. This tree holds a secret. A dark and sinister past. It brings a chill to those who dare bring it home. This is no ordinary holiday decoration. This is a conduit to the other side. This tale exists as a warning. A reminder that not all is merry and bright. Sometimes the things we bring into our homes, the things that symbolize warmth and joy, can harbor something sinister. Something hungry for our fear, our despair. So gather close, settle in, perhaps next to your own Christmas tree, as the fire crackles in the background. And certainly, prepare to be chilled to the bone. This is the story of the haunted Christmas tree. The Thompson family, they seemed ordinary. They yearned for the perfect Christmas. John, the father, practical, Emily, the mother, full of holiday spirit, and little Billy and Sarah. Their eyes sparkled with Christmas magic. They set out to find a tree. Little did they know their search would lead them to a nightmare. Deep in the countryside, in a patch of woods off the road, they found it. The place was called the Weeping Woods, a place locals spoke of in hushed tones. The air grew cold, a shiver ran down their spines, but the trees, majestic, enchanting. They ignored the unsettling feeling, drawn deeper into the woods. One tree stood out, tall, full, perfectly shaped. It seemed to beckon them. John chopped it down. They loaded it onto their car. Excitement filled the air. They were blind to the darkness they carried with them, blind to the ancient evil they had awakened. As they drove home, the forest seemed to watch. The wind whispered through the fallen leaves like a warning, but they didn't hear it. They were lost in their holiday cheer, unaware of the terror that awaited them. The Thompson house was alive with excitement. The smell of pine filled the air. They decorated the tree. Each ornament held a memory, each twinkle light, a spark of joy. But something wasn't right. A chill lingered in the room, no matter how high they turned up the heat. As the family slept, strange things began to happen. Ornaments shook, then fell, shattering into bits on the floor. Whispers seemed to emanate from the tree, soft at first, then louder. Billy and Sarah were scared. They quickly ran to tell their parents, but their parents dismissed it. Just the house settling, or maybe the wind. Emily noticed the ornaments first, turned upside down, as if something was watching them, judging them. Then the family portraits. They were crooked. Their eyes seemed to follow her. Fear began to creep into her heart. Something was wrong, terribly wrong. The whispers grew stronger. Now they sounded like voices, angry, tormented. They seeped from the tree, spreading throughout the house. The Christmas cheer was gone, replaced by an oppressive dread. The holidays were turning into a nightmare. The tree seemed to change before their eyes. Its needles darkened, its branches twisted, taking on a sinister shape. The lights flickered ominously, casting grotesque shadows on the walls. The air grew heavy, suffocating, filled with an unseen menace. The family was being tormented, sleep became impossible. Each night was filled with nightmares. The Christmas tree, the central figure in each one. They were trapped in their own home, their holiday cheer replaced by fear and paranoia. John, once skeptical, couldn't deny it anymore. He heard the whispers too, saw the ornaments move, felt the icy breath on his neck. The tree was no longer a symbol of joy, it was a harbinger of doom. Even the family dog, Butch, sensed the evil. He whined at the foot of the tree, his tail tucked between his legs. He refused to go near it. His playful demeanor was gone, replaced by a whimpering fear. The family researched the history of weeping woods. The answer sent shivers down their spines. Legend had it an ancient evil resided in those woods. A vengeful spirit wronged in life now sought retribution, using the trees as vessels for its rage. The spirit was once a powerful sorcerer, betrayed by his followers. They bound him to the forest, his rage festered, he vowed revenge. His power seeped into the trees, turning them into conduits for his malevolence. The legend warned of a sign, the spirit's mark, a symbol of his broken heart. A spiral carved into a tree trunk. It was a symbol of his eternal torment and the key to his power. John examined the tree. His blood ran cold. There, carved into the base, was the spiral, the spirit's mark. The Thompsons had brought home more than a tree. They had invited the sorcerer's rage into their home. Determined and confident, they knew they had to act fast. The spirit's influence was growing stronger. They searched for a way to break the curse. They consulted ancient texts, spoke to local historians. They had to find a way to appease the spirit, to send it back to the shadows. One text offered a glimmer of hope. A ritual, performed under the light of the full moon. It spoke of returning the tree to its source, and offering a token of remorse, a symbol of peace. They carefully detached the tree. Fear clung to them like a shroud. They drove back to Weeping Woods. The forest seemed to reach for them, its branches clawing at the car. The air grew colder, the silence was deafening. They arrived at the spot where they had found the tree. John carried the tree deeper into the woods, following the ancient instructions. They placed the tree back into its original spot. They left a single white rose at its base, a symbol of peace, a plea for forgiveness. The forest fell silent, the air grew still. Then, a gust of wind swept through the trees. The temperature returned to normal. The oppressive feeling lifted. Exhausted, and at wit's end, they returned home. The house felt different, lighter. The Christmas spirit returned. The experience changed them. They learned a valuable lesson about respecting the power of the unknown, about the dangers that lurk beneath the surface, and about the importance of family. The legend of the haunted Christmas tree lives on. A chilling reminder that even in the most joyous of times, darkness can find its way in. It's a story that serves as a warning, a reminder to be careful what we bring into our homes, for we never know what might be lurking within. So, this holiday season, as you gather around your beautifully decorated trees, remember the story of the Thompsons. Remember the chilling tale of the haunted Christmas tree. And be grateful that your holiday cheer is filled only with joy, and not the whispers of an ancient evil. And that's a wrap on the eerie legend of the haunted Christmas tree. Could this have really happened? Could it happen again? If your tradition is to go out and chop down your tree, maybe understand the history of the land you're removing that tree from. Just in case. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thank you for joining me on another delve into the wintry shadows that surround Christmas time. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Until next time.
The Tale of the Christmas Pickle is a whimsical story that explains the origins of the quirky tradition of hiding a pickle-shaped ornament on the Christmas tree. According to the legend, the Christmas pickle brings good luck and rewards sharp-eyed children with an extra gift. One version of the tale tells of a poor family who could only afford one pickle to hang as a decoration, symbolizing hope and gratitude. Another story claims that a clever shopkeeper invented the tradition to boost sales of glass-blown pickle ornaments, encouraging families to create a game of searching for the hidden pickle on Christmas morning. In either case, the child who finds the pickle first is believed to have good fortune in the coming year. The Tale of the Christmas Pickle highlights themes of fun, tradition, and togetherness. offering a playful explanation for this curious and cherished holiday custom.
Hello folks, welcome back to Eerie Storytime. Today we venture into the shadows of the Christmas holiday. Dressed in furs and armed with gifts or a switch, the Belsnickel is the darker, mischievous counterpart to Santa Claus in German folklore. Will he reward your good deeds or punish your bad behavior? Let's dive into the legend of the Belsnickel and uncover this unique holiday tradition. The Christmas season is often associated with joy, generosity, and the anticipation of gifts. However, nestled within the festive cheer lies a darker, more enigmatic figure from German folklore, Belsnickel. A being of dual nature, Belsnickel embodies both the rewarding spirit of the holidays and the stern consequences of misbehavior. He serves as a reminder that alongside the joy of the season comes a responsibility for reflection and accountability. Belsnickel's presence, unlike the benevolent Saint Nicholas, is not one that inspires immediate comfort. He serves as a stark reminder that good behavior is not merely expected, but also rewarded, while naughtiness will be met with appropriate consequences. This duality, this embodiment of both light and shadow, is central to understanding the complex role Belsnickel plays in German folklore. While he may seem at odds with the merriment traditionally associated with Christmas, Belsnickel ultimately reinforces the values of the season. He encourages introspection and emphasizes the importance of good deeds and thoughtful behavior, reminding us that true holiday spirit comes from within. Belsnickel cuts a striking figure, his appearance as far removed from the jolly red-suited Santa Claus as one can imagine. He is often depicted as wild-haired and bearded, his face weathered and gruff. His clothing speaks of practicality and the harshness of winter, typically consisting of tattered furs and worn leather. Instead of a sack overflowing with beautifully wrapped gifts, Belsnickel carries a bundle of switches meant for the poorly behaved. This serves as a potent symbol of the punishment that awaits those who have not earned the generosity of the season. However, woven into his disheveled appearance is a glimmer of hope, for he also carries a sack, albeit a simpler one, filled with treats for deserving children. This duality, the juxtaposition of punishment and reward, is central to Belsnickel's character. He embodies the understanding that good behavior should be acknowledged and celebrated, while misbehavior requires correction and guidance. His appearance, though fearsome, serves as a visual reminder of the consequences of one's actions. The contrast between Belsnickel and Santa Claus, or Saint Nicholas, is stark and intentional. While Saint Nicholas, plump and rosy-cheeked, arrives bearing gifts for all, Belsnickel's generosity is conditional. He represents a more traditional, perhaps even a more primal understanding of justice and reward. Saint Nicholas embodies the boundless love and forgiveness often associated with the Christmas spirit. He arrives on a specific day, his arrival a cause for celebration, his presence a source of joy. Belsnickel, however, exists in the murky period leading up to Christmas, a shadowy figure emerging from the winter darkness. This difference highlights the nuances within the holiday season itself. While Christmas Day is a time for rejoicing and the exchange of gifts, the weeks leading up to it serve as a period of reflection. Belsnickel embodies this period of introspection, urging individuals to examine their actions and strive for good behavior. While the exact origins of Belsnickel remain shrouded in the mists of time, his roots lie deep within the folklore of the Palatinate region of southwestern Germany. Some scholars believe he may have evolved from pre-Christian traditions, representing a nature spirit associated with the winter solstice. Early reports of Belsnickel date back to the 17th century, often describing him as a solitary figure who wandered from village to village in the days leading up to Christmas. These accounts portray him as a fearsome disciplinarian, who would visit homes and assess the behavior of the children within. One particularly vivid account from the early 18th century describes Belsnickel arriving at a farmhouse with a loud roar, his switch held high. The children, terrified, would recite poems or sing songs, hoping to appease him and earn a treat from his sack. This image of Belsnickel, demanding accountability and rewarding effort, has persisted through the centuries. Belsnickel made his way to America with German immigrants, particularly those who settled in Pennsylvania in the 18th and 19th centuries. The tradition took root in Pennsylvania Dutch communities, where it continues to thrive to this day. Within these communities, Belsnickel often serves as a bridge between generations, a tangible link to the customs and beliefs of their ancestors. Grandparents and parents pass down the stories of Belsnickel, ensuring that the tradition remains alive and relevant. While the tradition has evolved over time, the core elements remain: the anticipation of Belsnickel's arrival, the nervous excitement of the children, and the relief of receiving a treat instead of a swat from his switch. Belsnickel, in this sense, serves not only as a figure of folklore but also as a vehicle for cultural preservation and familial bonding. And that is the tale of Belsnickel from German Christmas folklore. What are your thoughts? Thank you for joining me on this glimpse into the shadows of Christmas. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Until next time.
The tale of the mistletoe kiss is a charming legend that explains the origins of the Christmas tradition of kissing under the mistletoe. In one version of the tale, mistletoe is linked to Norse mythology and the story of Baldur, the god of light. When Baldur's mother Frigg learned of a prophecy that her son would die, she sought to protect him by making all plants and objects promise not to harm him. However, she overlooked the humble mistletoe. Loki, the trickster god, fashioned a weapon from mistletoe, leading to Baldur's death. In some versions of the story, Baldur is eventually resurrected, and mistletoe becomes a symbol of love and peace. Frigg, overjoyed at her son's return, declares mistletoe sacred and promises a kiss to anyone who passes beneath it as a reminder of forgiveness and harmony. This story evolved into the Christmas tradition of kissing under the mistletoe, symbolizing love, goodwill, and the spirit of the season. The tale of the mistletoe kiss blends mythology and holiday cheer, offering a magical explanation for this beloved festive custom.
Hello folks, welcome back to Eerie Storytime. Today we are looking into the eerie shadows of Christmas folklore at another anti-Santa Claus, so to speak. Our journey will delve us into shadowy French Christmas legends. Hans Trapp is the terrifying Christmas legend you've never heard of. Once a wealthy, evil man, he's now a sinister figure who punishes naughty children in the most chilling ways. Are you ready to dive into the dark tale of Hans Trapp, the Christmas Scarecrow? Christmas is a time for joy, it's a time for family. But in the heart of Europe, there lies a dark legend that chills the festive spirit. This is the story of Hans Trapp, a name whispered with fear in Alsace and beyond. He is not a jolly figure like Father Christmas. Instead, Hans Trapp is a sinister figure, a stark reminder that darkness can lurk even in the brightest of seasons. Imagine a creature born from greed and malice. This is Hans Trapp. This Christmas we journey into his chilling tale. We will uncover the legend and its impact on generations. What transforms a man into a monster? For Hans Trapp, it was greed. He craved wealth and power above all else. He hoarded riches, caring nothing for those around him. Trapp's heart turned cold. He turned to dark magic, seeking to increase his fortune. His actions did not go unnoticed. The villagers, once his neighbors, began to fear him. They whispered of curses and strange occurrences around his home. Hans Trapp had become a danger to himself and everyone around him. The church learned of Hans Trapp's wicked deeds. His embrace of the occult, his disregard for his fellow man, and his insatiable greed were an affront to everything they held sacred. The punishment was swift and severe. Hans Trapp was excommunicated, cast out from the church and the community he had so disregarded. Banished to the wilds of the Vosges Mountains, he was left to confront the darkness he had invited into his soul. Alone and consumed by his bitterness, the true horror of Hans Trapp was about to be unleashed. The mountains did little to soften Hans Trapp's heart. His isolation only fueled his hatred and despair. A dreadful plan began to form in his mind, a plan aimed at the most vulnerable children. He fashioned a terrifying disguise, a hollow mockery of a man. He became a scarecrow, his heart filled not with straw, but with sinister intent. From the shadows, he watched the villages, waiting for the opportunity to enact his terrible plan. He would lure them in, these innocent children, with promises of treats and toys. But his true desire was far more horrifying. He craved their young flesh, believing it held a mystical power that could restore his lost fortune. As Christmas neared, Hans Trapp saw his chance. The festive season with its joy and merriment provided the perfect cover for his sinister plans. The village was bustling with preparations, unaware of the lurking danger. A group of children, their laughter echoing through the forest, became his targets. They were carefree, their minds filled with thoughts of holiday cheer and the promise of gifts. Little did they know, a dark shadow was watching them. He beckoned them closer, the Scarecrow disguise masking his true nature. His eyes gleamed with malevolence as he watched the children approach, their innocence making them easy prey. The children, innocently drawn to the promise of sweets, edged closer to the lurking figure. They giggled and whispered among themselves, unaware of the danger that lay ahead. But fate, it seemed, had other plans. The sky began to darken, and a chill wind swept through the forest, rustling the leaves and sending shivers down the children's spines. A storm gathered, the sky above the Vosges mountains turning a furious black. Thunder rumbled in the distance, a foreboding sign of the chaos to come. As Hans Trapp reached out to snatch a child, a blinding flash of lightning tore through the sky. The air crackled with electricity, and the ground seemed to tremble beneath their feet. The bolt struck the Scarecrow with a deafening crack, engulfing Hans Trapp in flames. His screams echoed through the forest, mingling with the roar of the storm. The children watched in terror and amazement as the monstrous figure was consumed by fire, the smell of brimstone heavy in the air. They huddled together, their eyes wide with fear and disbelief. Hans Trapp's reign of terror was over, his evil extinguished by a power far greater than his own. The village would remember this day, not just for the storm, but for the miraculous intervention that saved their children from a terrible fate. The body of Hans Trapp may have been destroyed, but the legend lived on. His story became a chilling tale passed down through generations, a ghostly whisper in the wind that haunted the hearts of those who heard it. Some whispered that his soul was not at peace, forever trapped between the realms of the living and the dead. His restless spirit roamed the earth, seeking redemption that would never come. Condemned to wander the earth, forever tied to the season of his wickedness, Hans Trapp's presence was felt most strongly during the cold, dark nights of winter. His ghostly figure would appear in the shadows, a silent observer of the living. It's said that he appears on Christmas Eve, a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of even the most joyous occasions. His spectral form would glide through the snow-covered streets, a harbinger of caution, but his purpose is no longer to harm. Instead, he serves as a grim warning, a spectral guardian against the perils of greed and disobedience. His remorseful expression tells a tale of regret and a desire to protect the innocent. He is a cautionary tale, a spirit bound to warn children of the dangers of greed and disobedience. His presence is a reminder that actions have consequences, and that the spirit of Christmas is not just about joy, but also about reflection and redemption. He is the dark side of the Christmas coin, forever paired with the benevolent spirit of Saint Nicholas. While Saint Nicholas brings gifts and joy, Hans Trapp serves as a reminder of the potential for evil that resides in us all. Where Saint Nicholas rewards the good, Hans Trapp is a reminder of the potential for evil that resides in us all. Together they embody the duality of the season, a balance of light and dark, joy and caution, reward and consequence. Centuries have passed since Hans Trapp terrorized the countryside, yet his legacy endures. The name Hans Trapp still sends shivers down the spines of those who hear it, a name that has been whispered through generations, carried on the winds of time. His story is not just a tale of terror, but a reflection of the human condition, a mirror to our own fears and moral struggles. The tale serves as a stark reminder that Christmas, for all its joy, is also a time for reflection. Amidst the laughter and the festive cheer there lies a deeper message, a call to look within ourselves and ponder our actions. The story of Hans Trapp is woven into the very fabric of the season, a dark thread that contrasts with the bright lights and merry songs. Parents use the story to instill good behavior in their children. It is a tool, a way to teach lessons that might otherwise be difficult to convey. The fear of Hans Trapp becomes a guiding force, a way to ensure that children understand the importance of kindness, generosity, and the consequences of straying from these virtues. Be good, they warn, or Hans Trapp might come for you. This warning, though chilling, serves a purpose. It is a reminder that our actions have consequences, that the choices we make can lead us down dark paths if we are not careful. The story of Hans Trapp is a way to keep the moral compass pointed in the right direction. It is a chilling reminder of the consequences of greed and cruelty. Hans Trapp's story is not just about fear, but about the dangers of letting our darker impulses take control. It is a lesson in the importance of empathy, of understanding the impact our actions have on others. and perhaps, just perhaps, it allows Hans Trapp a small measure of peace. The calm winter forest, the peaceful village, the serene countryside, these are symbols of the peace that can come from understanding and accepting our past. Hans Trapp's story, though chilling, is also a story of finding peace, of coming to terms with our actions and seeking a better way forward. The peace that comes from knowing his story, however chilling, serves as a warning to us all. Hans Trapp's story is a reminder that we must always be vigilant, always strive to be better, and always remember the lessons of the past. That was the legend of the Christmas scarecrow Hans Trapp. What are your thoughts? Had you heard this tale before? I'd love to see your thoughts down in the comments. Thank you for joining me today, and we hope you are enjoying the holiday-themed content. If you have enjoyed the content or if you've learned something from it, please like and subscribe. Until next time.
The Tale of Gryla and the Yule Cat is a chilling Icelandic folktale that forms part of the country's Christmas traditions. Gryla is a fearsome giantess who lives in a cave in the mountains. Known for her insatiable appetite, she comes down during the Yule season to capture naughty children, whom she cooks in her cauldron for stew. Gryla is accompanied by her 13 mischievous sons, the Yule lads, and a terrifying pet, the Yule Cat. The Yule Cat is a monstrous feline that prowls the countryside during Christmas time, preying on those who have not received new clothes to wear for the holiday. According to the legend, the Yule Cat devours those who are lazy or neglect their chores, as receiving new clothes often symbolized industriousness and preparedness. Gryla and the Yule Cat serve as cautionary figures in Icelandic folklore, encouraging good behavior, hard work, and generosity during the festive season. While the tale is eerie, it remains a beloved part of Iceland's holiday traditions, blending dark humor with the magic of Christmas.
Hello all, and welcome back to Eerie Storytime. Today we continue delving into the dark and eerie shadows of Christmas time. This time we venture into French folklore. Known as the Old Man Whipper, Père Fouettard is the terrifying counterpart to St. Nicholas, dealing out harsh punishments to misbehaving children. How did this sinister figure find his place in Christmas lore? Let's explore the chilling tale of Père Fouettard. He lurks in the shadows of St. Nicholas, Père Fouettard, a name whispered in fear. He is the dark side of Christmas. Imagine him, tall and menacing, his face is obscured by a thick beard. His eyes burn with a fiery intensity. Clutched in his hand is an instrument of pain, usually a whip, or it could be a switch. When it strikes, it sounds like thunder, delivering pain and punishment. He is no bearer of gifts. Père Fouettard delivers a different kind of Christmas spirit. He's a chilling reminder that bad deeds have consequences. While children dream of sweets and toys, they also fear Père Fouettard's arrival. He is the real nightmare before Christmas. The origin of Père Fouettard is shrouded in darkness. Some say he was once a cruel butcher. His heart was as cold as the meat he sold. The butcher lived in a small village. It nestled deep within the Ardennes forest. The villagers knew him as a greedy and ruthless man. He cheated his customers, he hoarded his wealth, he showed no mercy. One day 3 children wandered near his shop. They were lost and hungry. They begged the butcher for scraps. He sneered at their pleas. His heart remained unmoved. Instead of helping them, he lured the children inside. He had a wicked plan. He would rob them, he decided. Then he would dispose of them, forever. Unbeknownst to the butcher, a watchful presence was near. Saint Nicholas, the protector of children, sensed danger. He arrived at the butcher's shop. He felt a chill. Something was terribly wrong. Saint Nicholas peered inside. He gasped at the sight before him. The butcher was preparing to harm the children. Rage filled Saint Nicholas. He would not tolerate such cruelty. He burst into the shop. Saint Nicholas confronted the butcher. He demanded the children's release. The butcher laughed. He refused. His wickedness knew no bounds. In that moment, Saint Nicholas's patience shattered. He raised his hand. A blinding light filled the room. The butcher cowered in fear. He knew he had met his match. In the heart of a desolate winter, where the cold winds whispered secrets of old, a tale of transformation and retribution unfolded. When the light subsided, the butcher was transformed. No longer was he the man he once knew. Gone was his normal appearance. His reflection, once familiar, now stared back at him with a haunting visage. He was now a grotesque figure, a shadow of his former self, twisted by the darkness he had embraced. His clothes were tattered and blackened, remnants of his past life clinging to him like a curse. His face was twisted into a permanent grimace, a reflection of the torment within. St. Nicholas spoke with a voice that echoed through the ages. He condemned the butcher for his crimes, his words heavy with the weight of justice. "You have chosen darkness," he boomed, his voice reverberating through the cold air. "Now you shall become its servant," he declared, sealing the butcher's fate. The butcher was now bound to St. Nicholas, a prisoner of his own making. He would serve as a constant reminder of his wicked deeds, a living testament to the price of malevolence. He would be known as Père Fouettard, the whipping father or old man whipper. His name would echo through history. His punishment was to witness goodness and joy, to see the light he could never again touch. Yet, he could never again partake in it. The joy of others would be his eternal torment. Forevermore, Père Fouettard would accompany St. Nicholas, a dark shadow to the saint's light. He would be a living testament to the consequences of evil, a reminder that darkness always comes with a price. His story would serve as a warning to all who dared stray from the path of righteousness, a tale to be told for generations. And so, the tradition of Père Fouettard began. This dark figure, often depicted in tattered clothing, is a stark contrast to the jolly and benevolent St. Nicholas. Every year, he accompanies St. Nicholas on his journey. Together, they traverse the snowy landscapes, visiting homes and villages. He is a dark shadow against the bright hope of the holiday. His presence serves as a reminder that the festive season is not just about joy and gifts, but also about moral lessons. Children, upon hearing of his arrival, are filled with a mix of fear and anticipation. They eagerly await the gifts from St. Nicholas but are equally wary of Père Fouettard's judgment. They know St. Nicholas brings gifts to the deserving. His sack is filled with toys and sweets for those who have been good throughout the year. But they also fear Père Fouettard's judgment. His role is to punish the naughty children, ensuring that the moral balance is maintained. He carries a switch or a whip. These tools are symbolic of the consequences that await those who have misbehaved. It is meant for the disobedient. The mere sight of it is enough to instill a sense of dread in the hearts of children. For those who have not earned St. Nicholas's kindness, there is only Père Fouettard's brand of justice. His stern gaze and harsh methods are a stark contrast to the warmth and generosity of St. Nicholas. He is a harsh reminder that good behavior is rewarded. Bad behavior has consequences. This duality is what makes the tradition so compelling and enduring. The legend of Père Fouettard serves as a cautionary tale. It is a story that parents tell their children to encourage good behavior and to instill a sense of moral responsibility. It has been passed down through generations of French children. This enduring legend continues to be a part of the cultural fabric, reminding us all of the importance of good behavior and the consequences of our actions. The legend of Père Fouettard is most prevalent in eastern France. However, his presence is felt throughout the country. He is a figure deeply ingrained in French folklore. In some regions, children leave out shoes filled with treats for Père Fouettard. They hope to appease him, they want to avoid his wrath. The legend's impact extends beyond folklore. It is woven into the fabric of French culture. It serves as a reminder of the delicate balance between good and evil. Père Fouettard, though a fearsome figure, reminds us that everyone has the potential for redemption. Even the darkest of hearts can find a path to atonement. Père Fouettard's story is not merely about punishment. It transcends the simple act of retribution and delves into the complexities of human nature and morality. It is a tale of transformation. Just as a caterpillar becomes a butterfly, individuals have the potential to change and grow, shedding their past mistakes and emerging anew. He is a symbol of the consequences of our actions. Every choice we make has repercussions, and Père Fouettard embodies this universal truth. But he also represents the possibility of change. Redemption is always within reach, no matter how far one has strayed. His presence serves as a reminder that it is never too late to seek redemption. We all have the capacity for both darkness and light within us. This duality is a fundamental aspect of the human condition, and Père Fouettard's story brings this to the forefront. The legend of Père Fouettard is a powerful one. It is a story that continues to resonate. Across cultures and time periods, the themes of punishment, redemption, and transformation remain relevant. It forces us to confront our own capacity for both good and evil. The internal conflict we face is a reflection of the broader moral dilemmas presented in the legend. As we celebrate the joy of the Christmas season, let us remember the chilling legend of Père Fouettard. Amidst the festivities, his story serves as a sobering reminder of the importance of our actions. Let it serve as a reminder to strive for kindness, generosity, and compassion. In the end, it is these virtues that define us and shape our legacy. And that's a wrap on the legend of Père Fouettard. Isn't it interesting how different cultures have similar dark, ominous figures lurking around the shadows of Christmas? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks for joining me on this peek into the lore of Old Man Whipper. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Until next time.
The Yule lads are mischievous characters from Icelandic folklore who are an integral part of the country's Christmas traditions. These 13 troll-like brothers, the sons of the fearsome giantess Gryla and her lazy husband Lwyd, descend from the mountains during the 13 nights leading up to Christmas. Each Yule lad visits children at night, leaving small gifts in their shoes if they've been good, or a rotten potato if they've been naughty. Each Yule lad has a distinct personality and mischievous behavior, often tied to their name. For example, Sheepcoat Claude harasses sheep, Spoonlicker steals spoons to lick, and Window Peeper spies on people through windows. Though they once had a reputation for more malevolent tricks, modern tales portray them as mischievous yet playful figures. The Yule lads highlight themes of behavior and consequence, blending humor and mystery. Together with Gryla and the Yule Cat, they create a uniquely Icelandic twist on Christmas folklore that continues to delight both children and adults.
Hello folks, and welcome back to Eerie Storytime. Today we are again delving into the wintry shadows of holiday legends. While Santa brings gifts and cheer, the Shadow Santa brings an ominous presence, silently lurking about and watching from the shadows. Is it a warning, a legend, or something far more sinister? Let's dive into the chilling mystery of the Shadow Santa. The holidays are a time for joy, for warmth, for family. But in the heart of celebration, a darkness lurks, a chill against the warmth, a whisper against the carols. This is the story of Shadow Santa, and he is the opposite of jolly. He is the antithesis of good cheer. Where Santa Claus brings laughter, Shadow Santa brings unease. Where Santa rewards kindness, Shadow Santa punishes mischief. He is a reminder that even in the brightest season, shadows linger. He is not a creature of shopping malls and advertising jingles. He exists in the spaces between, in the hushed tones of fireside stories. Parents warn their children, be good, or Shadow Santa will come. He is a cautionary tale, a whispered threat in the long December nights. But what is he truly? A boogeyman for the holidays? A figment of overactive imaginations? Or something more ancient, more primal, lurking beneath the surface of our merriment? The answer, perhaps, lies in the shadows themselves. They say he mirrors Santa Claus in some ways, a dark reflection in a fractured mirror. He is tall and imposing, his figure shrouded in a long, heavy coat. But where Santa's suit is a vibrant red, Shadow Santa's is the color of a moonless night. His boots are heavy, leaving deep imprints in the snow. His face is rarely seen. Those who claim to have glimpsed it speak of eyes like cold embers. Shadow Santa is a figure of dread, a chilling reminder that the festive season is not immune to darkness. Stories of Shadow Santa are whispered like ghost stories, passed down through generations. Some dismiss them as mere folklore, but others claim to have seen him, lurking at the edge of the Christmas lights, a silent observer to the holiday cheer. One tale speaks of a greedy child who demanded gift after gift, uncaring of the true spirit of Christmas. On Christmas Eve, as the family slept, the boy awoke to a scratching at his window. Peeking through the blinds, he saw not Santa but a towering figure in black, its eyes burning like hot coals. The figure held the boy's treasured toys, now twisted and broken, and as the boy watched in horror, it vanished, leaving behind a chill that pierced the boy to his core. Another story tells of a group of children who bullied a lonely classmate, their cruelty amplified by the festive season. On Christmas morning, they found their stockings filled not with treats, but with lumps of coal that burned with an unnatural heat, a painful reminder of their unkindness. Though the coal eventually cooled, the fear it instilled lingered. a constant shadow over their holiday memories. These encounters are rarely direct, more like glimpses from the corner of your eye, a feeling of unease that clings to you long after the Christmas lights have been packed away. But they serve as a warning, a reminder that even in the season of giving, darkness can find a foothold. Shadow Santa's arrival is not a benevolent visit, it is a reckoning. He comes not to reward but to show the consequences of unchecked greed and unkindness. His gifts are fear and regret, not toys and treats. Cherished possessions disappear, replaced by twisted versions of themselves. A beloved teddy bear might have button eyes replaced with sharp shards of glass. A treasured toy train might be found derailed and broken. For others, it's the feeling of being watched from the shadows. Sleep becomes difficult, haunted by nightmares of the dark figure. The joy of the season is replaced by gnawing anxiety. The worst punishment is the emotional toll. Shadow Santa's visit leaves a stain on the soul, a reminder of past transgressions. The guilt and shame can be crippling, a constant weight. His methods may be harsh, but Shadow Santa is a force of balance. He reflects the potential for darkness within us all. True generosity and kindness come from the heart. The legend of Shadow Santa, while unsettling, has seeped into our cultural consciousness. Its themes of moral reckoning and the duality of human nature resonate in various forms of media. The film Krampus explores a similar concept, where a creature from European folklore punishes those who have lost the spirit of Christmas. This monstrous figure serves as a dark reflection of Saint Nicholas, highlighting the potential consequences of greed and cynicism during the holidays. Literature too has grappled with the Shadow Santa archetype. The chilling short story, The Krampus and the Old Man by Scott Thomas presents a chilling encounter between a disillusioned man and the Yule Lord, prompting reflection on a life devoid of generosity. Video games such as Silent Night feature a twisted version of Santa Claus, corrupted by an evil force. This portrayal taps into the fear of a beloved holiday figure transformed into something sinister, reflecting our anxieties about the fragility of innocence and tradition. Shadow Santa, despite his unsettling presence, offers a valuable lesson. He is not merely a monster lurking under the bed, but a representation of our capacity for both good and evil. He embodies the shadow self, the darker aspects of our nature that we often try to ignore, especially during the holidays. His legend serves as a stark reminder that true generosity and kindness are choices we make, not just actions performed out of obligation. The fear he instills is not meant to paralyze but to inspire introspection. He forces us to confront our capacity for selfishness and greed, urging us to strive for genuine compassion. In a world obsessed with the material aspects of Christmas, Shadow Santa serves as a necessary counterpoint. He reminds us that the true spirit of the season lies not in the presents under the tree, but in the love and kindness we share with those around us. His presence, though unsettling, can be seen as a catalyst for personal growth. He challenges us to examine our actions and motivations, to ask ourselves if we are truly living up to the ideals of the holiday season. As the embers of the holiday season die down and the decorations are packed away, the legend of Shadow Santa lingers. He is a figure that stays with us, a chilling reminder that the pursuit of joy and kindness is an ongoing endeavor. He teaches us that true celebration comes not from material wealth or forced cheer, but from genuine acts of compassion and empathy. He reminds us that the darkness exists within us all, and it is through conscious effort that we choose to embrace the light. The next time you find yourself caught up in the frenzy of gift-giving or feel the pull of holiday stress, take a moment to remember Shadow Santa. Let his legend serve as a prompt for self-reflection, a reminder to approach the season with a generous heart and a mindful spirit. For in the end, the true magic of the holidays lies not in avoiding the shadows, but in choosing to shine our light all the brighter. That concludes today's journey into the darkness surrounding the Shadow Santa. All things considered, Shadow Santa is creepy AF, but I suppose it could have been worse. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Until next time.
The Tale of Milk and Cookies for Santa is a festive story that explains the origins of the Christmas tradition of leaving treats for Santa Claus. According to one version of the tale, it dates back to the Norse tradition of leaving food for Odin's horse, Sleipnir, during the Yule season. families would offer snacks in hopes of receiving blessings and gifts in return. As the legend evolved, the tradition merged with the story of Saint Nicholas, a kind and generous figure who left presents for children. To show their gratitude, families began leaving small offerings of food for him during his nighttime visits. Over time, this transformed into the modern custom of leaving milk and cookies as a gesture of thanks to Santa for delivering gifts. The tale highlights themes of gratitude, generosity, and the spirit of giving, making it a magical explanation for why families set out milk and cookies for Santa on Christmas Eve. It captures the joy and anticipation of the holiday season, celebrating the timeless connection between kindness and Christmas cheer.
Hello folks, and welcome back to Eerie Storytime. Today, we will delve once again into the shadowy legends of Christmas folklore. Be careful what you wish for. The Midnight Santa knows your darkest thoughts. This mysterious figure appears to those with malicious hearts. This eerie Christmas legend serves as a haunting reminder to watch what you wish for. Are you ready to uncover the sinister tale of the Midnight Santa? The air crackles with the spirit of Christmas. Carols echo, their joyous melodies painting a tapestry of warmth and cheer. Homes glow, adorned with twinkling lights and festive decorations. Yet, beneath the surface of merriment, a darker legend whispers. This is the legend of the Midnight Santa, a harbinger of introspection for those who harbor darkness in their hearts during a season of love and light. While Santa Claus rewards good deeds, the Midnight Santa stalks those who nurture malice in their souls. He reminds us that true joy cannot exist alongside malice, and that the consequences of our darker impulses can be far more terrifying than any ghostly tale. The Midnight Santa bears little resemblance to the jolly figure of Christmas lore. He is a stark contrast to the beloved rotund man in red, who brings joy and laughter to children around the world. Gone is the twinkling merriment in his eyes, replaced by a chilling, knowing gaze that seems to pierce the soul. His eyes, glowing with an eerie red light, seem to hold the weight of countless dark secrets. His rosy cheeks, flushed with good cheer in depictions of Santa Claus, are pallid and gaunt, as if drained by the darkness he confronts. The once jolly face is now a haunting visage, a reminder of the shadows that lurk in the corners of our festive celebrations. His laughter, a sound of infectious joy associated with his benevolent counterpart, is never heard. Instead, there is an eerie silence that follows him, a void where joy should be. Instead, his presence heralds an unsettling silence, a stillness that amplifies the echoes of one's deepest fears. The air grows heavy with an unspoken dread, a palpable tension that makes the heart race. His long, bony fingers, devoid of the warmth that distributes gifts, clutch a staff topped not with a jingling bell but with a crow's skull, its empty sockets seeming to stare accusingly. This macabre staff is a symbol of his dark purpose, a stark reminder of the shadows he brings. His presence is not announced by the jingling bells of a reindeer-drawn sleigh but by an unnatural stillness, a sudden drop in temperature and a creeping sense of dread that clings to the air like frost. The very atmosphere seems to freeze in his wake, leaving a trail of fear and unease. The legend of the Midnight Santa tells of his vigilant watch over the hearts of humankind during the holiday season. Unlike the jolly figure we all know, this Santa is shrouded in mystery and darkness, emerging only when the moon is high and the streets are silent. While Santa Claus concerns himself with the deserving and undeserving based on deeds, rewarding the good and punishing the bad, the Midnight Santa delves deeper, into the murky depths of intent, seeking out the true nature of one's heart. He seeks out those who harbor ill will, envy and greed, those who let their darker emotions fester beneath a facade of holiday cheer. These are the individuals who wear a mask of merriment while their souls fester with malice, hiding their true intentions behind festive smiles. Unlike Santa Claus, who brings joy to the deserving, spreading happiness and warmth, the Midnight Santa delivers a chilling brand of justice, a stark contrast to the joy and light of the holiday season. He doesn't offer gifts of toys and treats but serves as a grim reminder of the weight of ill intentions, a haunting presence that lingers in the shadows. He is a bringer of truth, a dark mirror reflecting the ugliness hidden beneath the surface of festive cheer, revealing the true nature of those he visits. His visits are shrouded in an unsettling stillness, a silence that speaks volumes about the darkness he uncovers, a chilling intrusion into the darkest corners of the mind, a reminder that no ill deed goes unnoticed, a stark reminder that the holiday spirit demands more than just outward displays of merriment. It requires genuine goodwill and a pure heart, free from malice and deceit. Only then can the true spirit of the holidays be embraced, and the shadow of the Midnight Santa be kept at bay. It is during the witching hour, when the world slumbers and shadows deepen, that the Midnight Santa makes his presence known. As the clock strikes 12, heralding the darkest point of the night, he visits those whose hearts harbor ill will. He doesn't announce his arrival with a booming ho-ho-ho or the clatter of hooves on rooftops. Instead, he slips into their dreams, his presence a chilling intrusion upon the subconscious mind, where defenses crumble and true intentions are laid bare. He confronts them with their own malice, forcing them to confront the ugliness they so desperately try to conceal. Some awaken from these encounters bathed in sweat, their hearts pounding like a drum in their chests, the chilling memory of the encounter seared into their minds. He is a chilling reminder that darkness cannot be outrun, especially during a season that celebrates light and love. The Midnight Santa doesn't punish in the conventional sense. He doesn't mete out physical punishments or inflict pain. Instead, he forces individuals to confront the consequences of their actions, to experience the pain they inflict on others, the ripple effects of their malice. He holds up a mirror, forcing them to confront the ugliness they harbor within, the darkness they try to conceal beneath a veneer of normalcy. For some, it's a chilling vision of the pain they've caused, a glimpse into the lives they've damaged with their envy and spite. For others, it's a chilling realization of the person they've become, the monster lurking beneath their skin. These tokens aren't meant to be curses. They're reminders, stark and chilling, of the consequences of their actions, a physical manifestation of the darkness they carry within. One of the most unsettling aspects of the Midnight Santa legend is his ability to show individuals what might have been had they chosen a different path. This eerie figure, cloaked in mystery, holds the power to reveal alternate realities, paths not taken, and lives that could have been. He allows them to glimpse a life where their hearts remained pure, where their actions were guided by kindness and compassion. In these visions they see themselves surrounded by love and joy, basking in the warmth of family and friends. They see the joy they could have experienced, the love they could have shared, the good they could have brought into the world. These moments are filled with laughter, connection, and a sense of belonging that they now realize they have lost. This vision isn't meant to taunt. It's the cruelest form of punishment, a stark reminder of the path not taken, the good they've denied themselves and others. It's a haunting reflection of what could have been, a mirror showing a life filled with missed opportunities and unfulfilled potential. It's a glimpse into a life less ordinary, a life that's forever out of reach because of the choices they've made. The solitude and darkness they now face are stark contrast to the vibrant, loving scenes they are shown. Imagine for a moment the cruel irony, a vision of their loved ones, their faces etched with genuine happiness, a happiness they themselves have extinguished with their bitterness and spite. These images serve as a painful reminder of the joy they could have nurtured, but instead chose to destroy. He doesn't need to punish. He simply shows them what they've thrown away, and that, in itself, is a fate far worse than any physical torment. The realization of their lost potential, and the happiness they've squandered, is a torment that lingers, a shadow that follows them forever. The legend of the Midnight Santa, while chilling, serves as a powerful parable for the holiday season. He is a stark reminder that the spirit of Christmas, with its message of love, compassion, and forgiveness, should inspire us to confront our own darkness. He reminds us that true joy cannot be found in outward displays of merriment, but in the genuine goodness we cultivate within ourselves. His legend serves as a chilling yet necessary reminder that true happiness can only be found when we confront our own darkness and choose the path of light. And that is a wrap on the legend of the Midnight Santa. Another interesting variant of the dark opposite of good old Saint Nick. What did you think about the Midnight Santa? Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed hearing about this dark Christmas legend. Please like and subscribe, it really helps the channel. Until next time.
The Gift of the Magi is a classic tale by O. Henry that captures the spirit of love, sacrifice, and generosity during the holiday season. The story follows a young, impoverished couple, Della and Jim, who want to give each other meaningful Christmas gifts despite their limited means. To afford a gift for Jim, Della sells her most prized possession, her long, beautiful hair, to buy a chain for his cherished pocket watch. Unbeknownst to her, Jim has sold his watch to buy a set of combs for her hair. When they exchange gifts, they realize the irony of their sacrifices, but also recognize the depth of their love and devotion to each other. The Gift of the Magi highlights themes of selflessness, the true value of giving, and the idea that the greatest gifts are those given from the heart. It remains a timeless and poignant holiday story, celebrating the essence of Christmas spirit.
Hello folks, and welcome back to Eerie Storytime. Today we venture into the wintry shadows for a peek at a predator stalking lost souls. Beware, if you get lost in a snowstorm, you might not be alone. The snow hag is said to stalk winter's lost travelers, luring them into her icy grasp. Is it just a scary campfire story, or is there more to this frosty legend? Let's dive into the haunting story of the snow hag. The wind howls, a relentless force that sweeps across the land, carrying with it the icy breath of winter. It is a sound that chills the bones, a harbinger of the storm's fury. Snow falls thick and fast, blanketing the world in a shroud of white. Each flake is a tiny dagger of cold, cutting through the air with silent precision. Visibility shrinks to mere feet. The world beyond becomes a mystery, hidden behind a curtain of swirling snow. This is her domain, a realm where few dare to tread. The snow hag comes alive with the blizzard. She is a specter of the storm, a ghostly figure that moves with the wind, her presence felt but rarely seen. Her skin, the color of glacial ice, blends seamlessly with the swirling snow. She is one with the winter, a creature born of ice and frost. Eyes piercing blue and cold, watch from the storm. They are the only hint of her presence, glowing like icy beacons in the darkness. Her touch, a promise of frostbite, brings not pain but oblivion. It is a touch that steals warmth, leaving only cold and silence in its wake. She is a creature of winter's fury, born of ice and darkness. Her heart is as cold as the storm, her soul as dark as the longest night. Legends whisper her name with fear and reverence. She is a figure of myth and nightmare, a story told to keep the darkness at bay. Mothers use her tale to keep children close to the hearth. They speak of her with hushed voices, warning of the dangers that lurk in the snow. To wander alone in the heart of a blizzard is to invite her attention. The storm is her hunting ground, and the lost traveler her prey. And her embrace, it is colder than death itself. It is a final icy kiss that leaves no room for escape. She is the embodiment of winter's cruelty, a stark reminder that nature's beauty can be deadly. The storm is her canvas, and she paints it with frost and fear. Her laughter echoes on the wind, a chilling prelude to her arrival. It is a sound that sends shivers down the spine, a warning of the danger that follows. For in the swirling snow she is the hunter and the lost traveler her prey. She moves with the storm, a relentless force of nature, unstoppable and unforgiving. The origin of the snow hag is shrouded in mystery, much like the blizzards she haunts. Some say she is the spirit of a woman lost long ago in a winter storm, forever searching for her way home. Others claim she is a vengeful nature spirit, punishing those foolish enough to brave the elements unprepared. Her legend is passed down through generations, a cautionary tale whispered around crackling fires. Each story shares common threads: the blizzard, the lost traveler, and a figure of chilling beauty offering false hope. She preys on vulnerability, on the desperate hope for shelter from the storm. A lost soul, stumbling through the blinding white, might catch a glimpse of her. A fleeting figure at the edge of vision, beckoning them towards warmth and safety. But her kindness is a cruel illusion, a spiderweb spun to trap the unwary. The wind howls like a banshee, clawing at cloaks and biting exposed skin. The relentless storm shows no mercy, its icy tendrils reaching into the very soul of anyone caught in its grasp. The lost traveler, disoriented and freezing, stumbles through the blizzard. Each step is a battle, the snow pulling at their legs, the wind pushing them back. The cold seeps into their bones, sapping their strength and will to continue. Hope is fading with each gust of icy wind. The traveler's face, etched with despair, tells a story of exhaustion and fear. The blizzard is a relentless adversary and the traveler is losing the fight. Then through the blinding snow, a flicker of light appears. It is faint, almost imperceptible, but it is enough to ignite a spark of hope in the traveler's heart. Could it be salvation? An old woman, draped in a cloak of shimmering snow, stands beneath a gnarled tree. She seems almost a part of the landscape, a ghostly figure in the storm. Her presence is both eerie and comforting. Her face, though lined with age, holds a strange beauty. There is a serenity in her expression, a calm that contrasts sharply with the chaos of the storm around her. Her eyes, blue as glacial ice, gleam with an unnatural light. They seem to see through the traveler, piercing their very soul. There is something otherworldly about her gaze, something that both attracts and unnerves. She offers a warm smile and a hand outstretched in welcome. Her gesture is inviting, a promise of warmth and safety in the midst of the storm. "Are you lost, child?" Her voice, a melodious whisper, cuts through the wind's roar. It is a voice that promises comfort, a voice that seems to hold the power to banish the cold and fear. "Come, shelter with me. The storm rages on, and you need warmth and rest." Her words are a lifeline, a beacon in the storm. The traveler, desperate and weary, feels a glimmer of hope. Her words drip with honeyed concern, a siren song in the heart of the storm. There is a sincerity in her tone that is hard to resist, a promise of safety that is too tempting to ignore. The traveler, desperate for respite, readily accepts her offer, unaware of the danger that lurks beneath her benevolent facade. The promise of warmth and rest is too alluring, and the traveler follows, not knowing that the true storm is yet to come. The snow hag leads the traveler deeper into the blizzard. Her presence is both a guide and a mystery, a figure that seems to blend seamlessly with the swirling snow and howling winds. Her steps are sure, unhindered by the drifts and swirling snow. She moves with an eerie grace, as if the storm itself parts to make way for her. The traveler, on the other hand, struggles with each step, the snow pulling at their legs like a relentless tide. With each passing moment, the wind grows fiercer, the temperature plummeting. The air is filled with the biting sting of ice crystals, and visibility drops to almost nothing. The traveler can barely see a few feet ahead, the world reduced to a swirling vortex of white. The traveler, now thoroughly lost, is completely at the mercy of their supposed savior. Every direction looks the same, a never-ending expanse of snow and ice. The snow hag's figure is the only constant, a dark silhouette against the blinding white. They stumble along, blinded by the snow, the promise of warmth a beacon in the whiteout. The faint glow ahead is their only hope, a small flicker of light in an otherwise desolate landscape. Each step is a battle, the cold seeping into their bones, sapping their strength. The trees, gnarled and skeletal, claw at the sky, their branches heavy with snow. They stand like silent sentinels, watching the traveler's progress with an indifferent gaze. The forest is a maze of twisted trunks and snow-laden branches, each one a potential obstacle. The world outside the small circle of warmth radiating from the snow hag ceases to exist. Within this bubble, the traveler feels a fleeting sense of safety, a brief respite from the storm's fury. But it is an illusion, a fragile barrier against the encroaching cold. The traveler's senses, dulled by the cold, fail to register the subtle shift in the air. There is a change, a barely perceptible difference in the atmosphere. It is as if the very essence of the storm has altered, becoming something more sinister, more malevolent. A growing chill that has nothing to do with the storm, and everything to do with the presence of something ancient and evil. It is a cold that reaches beyond the physical, touching the very soul. The traveler feels it, a creeping dread that gnaws at the edges of their consciousness. They are but a lamb being led to slaughter, completely oblivious to the fate that awaits them in the heart of the blizzard. The snow hag's intentions remain shrouded in mystery, her true nature hidden beneath layers of ice and snow. The traveler follows, unaware that each step brings them closer to an inevitable doom. At this point, it is already too late. What happens next varies on the storyteller, but the outcome is always fatal for the traveler. Sometimes the snow hag lures the traveler back to her lair and steals their souls to extend her own life. Alternatively, she freezes the traveler, adding another body to her frozen collection. The moral of this legend is not to travel alone in extreme wintry conditions if at all possible. If you must do so, be as prepared as possible with clothing and gear to keep you warm and alive to weather the storm. That is the legend of the Snow Hag. Possibly not as violent as some other eerie holiday legends we've looked at recently, but this one seems even more malevolent due to the false hope she gives her victims. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks for joining me for another glimpse into the shadows that surround the holiday festivities. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Until next time.
The Little Match Girl is a poignant Danish fairy tale by Hans Christian Andersen that tells the story of a poor young girl on New Year's Eve. Barefoot and shivering in the snow, the girl tries to sell matches to passers-by, but is ignored by everyone. Too frightened to return home without selling anything, she seeks warmth by lighting the matches one by one. With each match, the girl sees beautiful, dreamlike visions: a warm stove, a bountiful feast, a glowing Christmas tree, and finally, her loving grandmother. As the matches burn out, the visions fade, but the girl finds comfort in the thought of reuniting with her grandmother. In the morning, her lifeless body is found in the snow, but her spirit is said to ascend to heaven in joy and peace. The Little Match Girl is a heart-wrenching tale that explores themes of poverty, hope, and the power of imagination. It remains a timeless story, reminding readers of compassion, kindness, and the plight of the less fortunate during the holiday season.
Hello folks, and welcome back to Eerie Storytime. Today's story takes us to the Alpine villages to peek into the folklore of Austria and Bavaria. Known as the Christmas Witch, Frau Perchta doesn't just reward the good, she punishes the wicked in the most chilling ways. Will you get a gift, or face her terrifying wrath? Let's dive right into the eerie legend of Frau Perchta and her dark holiday traditions. Be forewarned, the Christmas Witch doesn't just spook people, this one gets a bit nasty. The snow falls silently on the Alpine villages, a hush falls over the land. It is Christmas time, a time of joy and celebration. But it is also a time of ancient fear. For in the shadows, a figure stirs. She is Frau Perchta, the Christmas Witch. Frau Perchta is more than a mere legend. She is a force of nature, an embodiment of winter's duality. She is both beautiful and terrifying, a bringer of blessings or severe punishments. Her presence permeates the season, a stark reminder that even in the darkest days, light and darkness coexist. This Christmas, as the snow falls and the fires crackle, remember Frau Perchta. Frau Perchta is a fascinating paradox of benevolence and wrath. She embodies the contrasting forces of winter, the season of both scarcity and renewal. She is a symbol of the delicate balance that governs life. On one hand, she is a benevolent spirit, a guardian of hearth and home. To those who are kind, hardworking, and respectful of the old ways, she is a generous benefactor. She rewards their virtue with gifts of riches and good fortune. Her blessings ensure a prosperous year ahead filled with abundance and joy. But those who succumb to laziness, greed, or disrespect face her wrath. Frau Perchta metes out harsh and brutal punishments to those who stray from the path of righteousness. Her retribution is swift and merciless, a stark warning to those who dare to tempt fate. This duality is what makes Frau Perchta so compelling. She's not merely a benevolent spirit or a fearsome demon. She is a complex figure who represents the interwoven nature of good and evil, reward and punishment. Frau Perchta's appearance is as paradoxical as her nature, a captivating blend of allure and grotesqueness. This duality is central to her legend, reflecting the contrasting aspects of winter and the delicate balance she embodies. In some tales, she appears as a breathtakingly beautiful woman. Her features are said to be delicate and refined, her skin as white as snow. She is often depicted adorned in flowing white garments, her long silver hair cascading down her back like a frozen waterfall. Her eyes, however, hold a glimmer of something ancient and otherworldly. Yet, in other accounts, her beauty gives way to a more unsettling visage. Her youthful features contort into a haggard, witch-like countenance. Her once fair skin becomes wrinkled and pale, a canvas etched by time and the harshness of winter. Her white garments are replaced with tattered rags, a stark contrast to her former elegance. Legend has it that her appearance varies with the intent of her visit. Anyone deemed to be the recipient of her true wrath is rumored to witness a terrifying visage of punishment and death, a malevolent witch with fatal intentions. This terrifying transformation serves as a stark reminder of her power to punish. It is a visual representation of the duality that defines her, the chilling realization that beauty can easily give way to terror. The 12 days of Christmas hold special significance in the legend of Frau Perchta. This period, stretching from Christmas Eve to the eve of Epiphany, is when her presence is most keenly felt. It is a time when the veil between the mortal realm and the supernatural is at its thinnest. During these 12 nights, Frau Perchta is said to roam the land. She travels with her entourage of spirits and ghostly children known as the Perchtan. Together they visit homes, observing the behavior of those within. Woe betide those who have been idle or dishonest. Frau Perchta shows no mercy to those who have shirked their duties or violated the sacred laws of hospitality. She punishes them severely and brutally, often by disemboweling them and stuffing their bodies with straw and rocks. But those who have lived virtuously, who have worked hard and remained true to the spirit of the season, have nothing to fear. Frau Perchta rewards their goodness with silver coins, ensuring prosperity and good fortune for the coming year. Her blessings are a testament to the power of living a righteous life, even in the face of adversity. The legend of Frau Perchta, while steeped in Christmas tradition, has roots that reach far back into pre-Christian times. Her story is a fascinating example of how ancient beliefs can merge with newer faiths, creating a rich tapestry of folklore. Many scholars believe that Frau Perchta is a descendant of pagan deities associated with nature, winter, and the wild hunt. These figures were often depicted as powerful beings who held sway over the forces of nature. They were both revered and feared, much like Frau Perchta. The wild hunt, a ghostly procession led by a supernatural figure, is a recurring motif in European folklore. This spectral hunt often coincides with the winter solstice, a time when the boundary between the worlds is blurred. Frau Perchta's nocturnal wanderings with her Perchtan bear a striking resemblance to these ancient tales. Her association with spinning and weaving, activities traditionally associated with feminine deities, further strengthens the link to ancient pagan beliefs. These skills were highly valued in ancient societies, as they were essential for survival during the harsh winter months. The legend of Frau Perchta has had a profound impact on the culture and traditions of the Alpine regions. Her presence, though unseen, is constantly felt, influencing the behavior of people throughout the year, but particularly during the Christmas season. The fear of her judgment encourages people to be on their best behavior. They strive to be diligent in their work, honest in their dealings, and generous to those in need. The legend serves as a powerful moral compass, reminding people of the importance of virtue and the consequences of vice. The tradition of leaving offerings of food and drink for Frau Perchta and her Perchtan is still practiced in some areas. This custom, rooted in ancient appeasement rituals, highlights the enduring respect for the supernatural world. Even today, the legend of Frau Perchta continues to fascinate and inspire. Her story serves as a reminder that even in the modern world, ancient beliefs hold power. Her chilling presence is a testament to the enduring allure of folklore and its ability to shape our perceptions of the world around us. The legend of Frau Perchta remains an integral part of the Christmas tradition in the Alpine regions. She embodies the duality of the season, the balance between light and darkness, joy and fear. Her appeal lies in her ability to tap into our deepest fears and desires. She represents the consequences of our actions, reminding us that our choices have weight. In a chaotic world, she offers a sense of order and justice. Her legend, woven into the season, reminds us that hope and fear can coexist. That was the legend of Frau Perchta, the Christmas witch. There are so many more legends and stories out there around Christmas time that don't involve old Saint Nick. Some benevolent in nature, others not so much. We've now heard tales of Christmas-time tricksters, scary boogeymen, and shadowy figures that whip children or destroy their toys, but the Christmas witch takes it to a whole new level. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thank you for joining me on another delve into the holiday shadows. There is still more to come. We hope you enjoyed today's content. If you are new to the channel, we have lots more where this came from. If you did enjoy the video, please like and subscribe. Until next time.
La Befana is a beloved Italian folktale about a kind but mysterious old woman who plays a central role in the celebration of Epiphany. According to the legend, La Befana is a witch-like figure who delivers gifts to children on the night of January 5th, the eve of Epiphany. She fills the stockings of well-behaved children with sweets and small gifts, while those who have been naughty receive lumps of coal. The story often ties La Befana to the journey of the three wise men. It is said that they stopped at her house on their way to visit the baby Jesus, asking for directions and inviting her to join them. She declined, saying she was too busy with her chores, but later regretted her decision. Ever since, La Befana has been flying on her broomstick, searching for the Christ child, leaving gifts for children along the way. La Befana embodies themes of generosity, redemption, and the magic of the Epiphany season. She is a cherished figure in Italian folklore, blending Christian tradition with local customs to create a uniquely festive and heartwarming tale.
Hello folks, welcome back to Eerie Storytime. Today we delve back into the shadows with some holiday lore out of ancient Greece. During the 12 days of Christmas, mischievous goblins known as the Kallikantzaroi emerge from the shadows to wreak havoc. Are they pranksters or something more sinister? Let's dive into the eerie and chaotic world of this fascinating Greek legend. Deep within the heart of Greek folklore, a darkness stirs during the festive season. As the days grow shorter and the nights colder, an eerie presence begins to make itself known. This is a time when the boundary between the world of the living and the realm of the supernatural becomes thin, allowing ancient myths to come to life. These are not your friendly Christmas elves. Far from spreading joy and cheer, these creatures thrive on chaos and disorder. They are the Kallikantzaroi, a band of grotesque goblins that emerge from the underworld during the 12 days of Christmas, from December 25th to January 6th. They are grotesque goblins determined to wreak havoc on unsuspecting mortals. Their appearance is a harbinger of mischief, as they delight in causing trouble and upending the lives of those who cross their path. Imagine creatures with a taste for chaos, and a penchant for turning the holidays upside down. They sneak into homes, spoil food, and play pranks that range from the annoying to the downright terrifying. Their antics are a stark contrast to the usual festive cheer, adding an element of unpredictability to the season. They are the stuff of nightmares hidden in the shadows, waiting for the opportune moment to strike. Their grotesque forms and malevolent intentions make them a source of fear and fascination. They embody the darker side of the human psyche, the part that revels in chaos and disorder. These mischievous beings are not mere figments of imagination. They are deeply rooted in the cultural fabric of Greece, with stories of their exploits being passed down through generations. Each tale adds a layer of depth to their legend, making them an integral part of Greek folklore. They are deeply ingrained in Greek culture, passed down through generations of storytelling. Around the hearth, families would gather to share tales of the Kallikantzaroi, their eyes wide with a mix of fear and excitement. These stories served as both entertainment and a cautionary reminder of the chaos that lurks just beneath the surface of everyday life. Their legend is a chilling reminder that even amidst joy and celebration, a hint of darkness always lingers. The Kallikantzaroi serve as a metaphor for the balance between light and dark, order and chaos. They remind us that no matter how much we try to control our environment, there are always forces beyond our understanding that can disrupt our carefully laid plans. The Kallikantzaroi represent the primal fears that lurk beneath the surface, the untamed forces of nature that defy control. They are a manifestation of the unknown, the unpredictable elements that can turn our world upside down in an instant. Their presence during the festive season is a stark reminder of the thin line between order and chaos. Their arrival signals a time of unease, a disruption of the natural order. The cold, dark days of winter provide the perfect backdrop for their mischief, as the world seems to hold its breath, waiting for the return of light and warmth. The Kallikantzaroi thrive in this atmosphere of uncertainty, their antics adding to the sense of unease. The holiday season, typically associated with warmth and merriment, takes on a sinister undertone. The presence of the Kallikantzaroi adds a layer of complexity to the celebrations, reminding us that even in times of joy, there is always an element of unpredictability. Their legend serves as a cautionary tale, urging us to remain vigilant and aware of the darker forces at play. The Kallikantzaroi remind us that even in the darkest depths of winter, there is always a glimmer of mischief and mayhem. Their presence is a testament to the enduring power of folklore, a reminder that the stories we tell have the power to shape our understanding of the world. As we gather around the fire to share tales of these mischievous goblins, we keep their legend alive, passing it on to future generations. The Kallikantzaroi's reign of terror begins on Christmas Day. They emerge from their subterranean lairs, eager to unleash their mischief upon the world above. These creatures, often described as small, dark, and hairy, with long tails and grotesque features, are the stuff of nightmares. Their eyes gleam with malevolent glee as they prepare to wreak havoc on unsuspecting villagers. For 12 long days and nights they roam free, their presence casting a shadow over the holiday cheer. The villagers, aware of the impending chaos, brace themselves for the worst. They know that the Kallikantzaroi are relentless in their pursuit of mischief and mayhem. These 12 days, known as the 12 Days of Christmas, become a time of both celebration and trepidation. While the villagers try to maintain their festive spirit, the looming threat of the Kallikantzaroi dampens their joy. The air is thick with a sense of foreboding, as everyone waits for the inevitable pranks and disruptions. During this period, the Kallikantzaroi indulge in all manner of mischief. They are cunning and resourceful, finding new ways to torment the villagers each year. No trick is too small, no prank too insignificant for these malevolent beings. They delight in spoiling food, extinguishing fires, and causing general chaos. The villagers' carefully prepared holiday feasts are ruined, their homes plunged into darkness, and their peace shattered by the Kallikantzaroi's antics. The Kallikantzaroi take great pleasure in seeing the villagers' frustration and fear. Their laughter echoes through the night as they revel in the chaos they have created. Their antics know no bounds, and no home is safe from their pranks. They sneak into houses under the cover of darkness, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. The villagers are left to pick up the pieces, their holiday spirit dampened by the constant threat of the Kallikantzaroi. Imagine waking up to find your milk turned sour, your fire extinguished, and your home in disarray. The Kallikantzaroi's pranks are not just annoying, they are a reminder of the darkness that lurks beneath the surface of the festive season. The villagers are constantly on edge, listening for the telltale signs of the Kallikantzaroi's presence. Every creak, every rustle, could be a sign that the goblins are near. Their goal is not mere destruction, however. The Kallikantzaroi are driven by a deeper, more sinister purpose. They seek to disrupt the harmony and joy of the holiday season, feeding off the fear and unease they create. The Kallikantzaroi are driven by a primal urge to sow chaos and discord. They thrive on the negative energy they generate, finding strength in the villagers' fear and frustration. The 12 days of Christmas become a test of faith and resilience, a time to rely on tradition and superstition to keep the forces of chaos at bay. The villagers turn to ancient rituals and customs, hoping to protect themselves from the Kallikantzaroi's mischief. The villagers' heightened senses and constant vigilance are their only defense against the Kallikantzaroi's relentless pranks. It is a battle of wits and endurance, one that the villagers must win to preserve their holiday spirit. That concludes our delve into the wintry shadows around the Kallikantzaroi. Have you ever experienced unexplained pranks or mischief right after Christmas? What do you think? Are the Kallikantzaroi simply a myth, a tale passed down from times of old? Or could these elusive creatures be real and the chaos we endure during the 12 days of Christmas be due to their mischief? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks for joining me today. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Until next time.
Every New Year's Eve, 12 mysterious dancing figures appear, each representing a month with its own unique magic. The Dance of the 12 Months is a timeless tale of seasons, change, and magic. Picture this: New Year's Eve, a moonlit clearing in the forest. The 12 months gather to celebrate the year's end. Each month steps into the center one by one in a mesmerizing dance. January arrives, breath frosty, cloaked in snow. February follows, with a delicate touch of love in the air. March sweeps in, bringing fresh winds and new beginnings. Then comes April, adorned with flowers and gentle rain. May blossoms with vibrant life, while June dances in a burst of summer green. July radiates warmth and sunshine. And August follows with golden fields. September sways with a harvest bounty, while October whirls in autumn leaves. November enters, crisp and cool, whispering of the year's end. Finally, December glides in, sparkling with festive lights. At midnight, they join hands, symbolizing the seamless flow of time. Each month's dance is a reminder to cherish every moment and find joy in the passage of time.